Okay, interesting. Have you made anything, made me anything lately? Sure did. Come right here and I'll show you. Okay. Oh, this guy, that's how it works. So, I forgot. These characters will randomly, make things for you.
So you made you camp stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Let's see. Do I have Sigil of Deflecting? Proximate action. Really? Wow. Wait, what? My lore went down. Alright, whatever.
Went down?
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is there. It probably actually didn't go down, but still. Let's buy some more sigils. At some point we'll be maxed on all of these things. Oh, is it because my character's tired? I don't know. We had a lore of 80 earlier. Well, it'll go up at some point. Okay, so we have new expressions here. We have Sigil of Material Force. Alter the target's weapon. Huh. Okay, so what we can do is, like, Crag Weapon.
Stone, yeah.
Which is it's a buff. Interesting.
Well, you might as well give that to the ones who actually use weapons.
But they can't. It's way too expensive.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
So even if I wanted to, like this would be useful if I was going for like a sword mage style.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But as it stands, I am not gonna do that. Okay, so here's the other question. We actually have upgrades that I can get. I can build for the other spire, which is super tempting. So we have a library, bonus to lore and all magic skills. Super tempting. Bonus to... Oh, these are just resting, though. Less useful.
Oh, so you rest there and then you acquire it?
Probably. Allows you to research magical knowledge, edict, and artifacts. I'm gonna build a library, seeing as my character is kind of built around that anyway.
He ruined the last one, so...
This is true. Okay, here we go. So, wow, that's kind of expensive, actually. Okay. Time to hold on to some money. But constructing a library on a spire allows you to research magical knowledge, edicts, artifacts. So we get trainers, merchants, provide scrolls to further research, stone, magic staff, and oh, interesting, because of conquest we have Sage Nira, which is a separate thing. I'm probably not going to touch it. The only one that I'd want would be Velos, the scribe and lore seeker who regularly provides scrolls for research. I don't know what that would do. Either it would raise my lore or teach me new things. I'm not sure. Either way, let's continue on to Sentinel Stand and let's go make some money. Because we need cash if we're going to maintain that library.
Your journey is interrupted by the feral howls of a hunting pack of beastmen. Their leader is an impressive specimen, her mane black as night and her body scarred from battle. So what do the beastmen look like? This is our first encounter with the beastmen.
I get the feeling it's a party member.
Are they werewolves?
I don't know. They look like cartoon dogs. Oh.
No, they look like werewolves. So, kills in shadow. Before you towers a massive creature of fur and flesh, her short black snout snuffling the air. Okay.
Know this scent. Stench of blood, sweat, battle, iron and death. Smells like alpha. Smells of strength. But is male.
The beast woman cocks her head to one side, eyes bright with curiosity and red as fresh blood. Those eyes rove your body up and down, darkening with a sudden heat, with the look that a predator bestows upon its prey.
Have been stalking human centrail. Have ranged many more than 5 nights through tribe and human territories of Tyr's land, hunting for human called Fatebinder, for human who woke Horizon Rock called Mountain Spire.
Well, you got the right guy.
High, cold low, wet dry. Traipsed far until paws bled, but always human who smelled of alpha evaded beast woman. Had to slink through shadows, fast, quick, without rest to catch delicious prey at last.
She tongues her blade-sharp, discolored fangs and exhales to please growl. Oh.
Lore 47. Your markings must be from the Shadowhunter tribe.
Fatebinder knows tribes of beast women. curious human. Male who smells of alpha and knows of shadow hunter tribe. Best tribe. Lost tribe of kills in shadow.
Her eyes pin you with lust. The look of a wolf that's found a hare. So she still wants to kill you.
Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, let's do number 1 because the other ones are kind of weird.
Introduce yourself properly before amusing, but I have no time from beats and their foolish gesture slaps her in the face. Okay.
I mean, I get the feeling if we do number 4, it's going to go wrong and she's going to be like, yes, do more. And it's like, ah. Anyway, hey, I'm not looking for conflict. I merely want to continue on my way.
Beast Woman did not range so far, chasing scent and tracks of Fatebinder, only to step aside and watch human leave Beast Woman behind.
She snarls.
Nope, nope. Will not move from way.
Explain yourself, Beast Woman. What is it that you want?
Humans.
She hacks. The Beast Woman's nostrils flare wide and her eyes brighten with amusement.
No human called Fatebinder. Kairos breathes words on paper. Fatebinder binds words to earth and sky. Makes ground tremble. Makes night cry. Blood and fire.
Oh, so she knows about the power of the edicts then.
I merely read Kairos' edicts. I am but a vessel for the Overlord's great magic.
Fatebinder speaks and storms rage. Humans wail. Sun dies. Fatebinder speaks and rocks tear through flesh like killing claws.
The Beast Woman cants her head to one side, confused.
Tribes of Kairos fear Fatebinder. Human Alpha claimed Horizon Rock called Spire, and Archons did not kill Fatebinder. Archons rolled over and wide, covetous.
Ooh, so she's saying that she can sense that you are rising in the ranks, even above Archons.
Okay, so maybe you have heard of me.
Kairos hunts human realms to extinction. Rules tribe of blood and ruin, starvation and death. Seeks to slaughter beast women like prey. But beast women are not prey. Are not flighty, feeble-minded humans.
Kills in Shadow spits a gob of tawny mucus on the ground.
Beast women are savage hunters. Bred to fight Kirut, like Fatebinder who smells of alpha.
I don't...
Always kill weak, then grow weak. Or killed is migration of life. What kills in Shadow is not weak now. Will not be weak for many long seasons. Will join Fatebinder and survive Kairos' tribe.
So she wants to effectively join us.
Yeah, she wants to join us.
Yeah. Alright. If you want to join me, it'll have to be as my beta.
Kills in Shadow is not beta. But even alphas submit to stronger-willed primas. Many packs make a tribe. Is this not a thought humans also understand? Beast Woman will follow Fatebinder. Will not dominate.
So you're going to be a primas.
I guess so.
The leader of a beast tribe, a supremacy almost always held by a female. This rank is won and defended through vicious bloodshed and fights for dominance rather than birthright. Many alphas may exist within a single tribe, but only one can rise above the others as a prima.
Unless Fatebinder begins to smell weak.
Her tongue, she tongues one of her upper fangs, lips split in a feral grin.
Fine, but keep your nose to yourself. The
Beast Woman huffs and turns to address her pack.
Kills in Shadow will not shelter stone whelps anymore. Scamper, run, flee! Do not want to see shadows lurking, stalking behind. Barb Cleft is leader now.
The pack hesitates, causing Kills in Shadow to emit a low, menacing growl.
Will not like if Kills in Shadow catches sight or scent of stone mongrels again.
Okay, so do you want to? I want to see what she does.
So...
Do you want to replace her?
Yeah, we'll do this. Probably, because we need him for healing.
We need Barrack for the mission.
Yeah. Whereas Verse is a little secondary. Everybody still gets experience.
Have you noticed how many female characters there
Yes. I feel like I'm playing a harem game, which is really confusing.
are?
Okay. Let's see.
She probably has very little skill with weapons.
I don't even know if she is supposed to use weapons.
Well, let's look at her skills.
Oh. These are her stats. Don't want to chunk down her... There we go. Let's take a look at her abilities. So we've got Ravager and Titan. Oh, she might actually use equipment.
Whoa, they're sort of ape-like.
Yeah.
Wolf ape.
Oh, but she doesn't wear armor either. But she does use this hammer that I've refused to get rid of as I've been playing this with that hammer for a while, and I was just like, I feel like this hammer is going to be useful. I just know it. And the answer is yes. Yes, it was. Okay, so I don't think we've got any trinkets that we can throw on her, unfortunately. But that's okay. She'll probably be fine. Let's take a look at this. So we've got Titan and Ravager. So there's no real description. So what's Breaking Iron do? Forcefully with the weapon, sundering the armor for an extended duration, leaping death. Ooh,
Damaging all enemies in the area as well as knocking them prone from stealth.
that's useful.
I suppose you always attack from stealth.
Yeah, usually. Low on health, attacks twice with a normal weapon attacks, improves unarmed damage. Oh. I forgot there's a whole unarmed tree in this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what else do we have? So this is forcefully with a weapon, attack all enemies in a cone with a weapon, pushing them back a fair distance. They're hobbled. So really these
What are the trees? I just want to see the final iterations of the trees, because then you know what you need to work towards. Gain permanent health what?
Which one?
Yeah.
Health bonus and reduction to all incoming shock damage.
Oh, so that's just shock. Okay.
Yeah. Reduces harmful effects. Yeah, so it looks like we've got unarmed and stealth versus weapons and things.
Hmm.
So here's an interesting point about her. Don't save. She wields two-handed weapons in one hand. Oh, but it doesn't look like she can dual wield. That was unfortunate. I was hoping she'd be able to just dual wield big weapons. And I don't know. How much damage does she do without?
A little bit
So
more.
12 to 18 plus 2, 2.1 versus...
She does more damage with
Yeah,
the
she does a little
hammer.
bit more damage with the hammer. Okay, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning for Titan.
Okay, even though the leaping from the shadows.
She can still do that, though.
Okay.
We just don't need to...
You don't need to add any more to it afterwards.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so what do we want to do? Increases damage. Tackle enemies in a cone with a weapon. Yeah, attacks from stealth cause targets to bleed and grant skills in shadow heal over time. That lasts until combat ends. Ooh, that is good. Bonus to damage against prone enemies. A charge. Damage bonus while wounded. Let's do that. And we have one more point, which I guess I'll throw into health for the time being. Okay, there we go. So now that we've managed her, we can loot these rocks. See, one thing I do kind of wish is that instead of just having her send her her people along...
She doesn't have big head mode.
Oh, that's interesting. She had it for a moment, but now it's gone.
Maybe it will go back.
She is the single normal person in this band of freaks. In this
She
world
walks
of
on all
weird
fours,
people.
too.
Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna judge her for that. Let's keep going. But yeah, I actually really wish we had kind of recruited her people. Like, I like the idea of a game where, like, you're out adventuring and stuff, but as you recruit people, they go back to your base and serve as, like, your military for other things. There's a couple of games that have done that, but they're kind of few and far between, and it's always kind of a shame. Okay.
Sentinel stand. I still remember when the edict struck this place.
So I was gonna say this earlier when we were talking to Graven Ash. What if his daughter,
Had defected?
yeah, defected, you know, fell in love with whatever, Hirodin. And,
Oh, that would have been weird.
and, like, the last regent is actually, like, her kid.
Well, I was wondering if maybe he had... I don't know if they would have fallen in love, per se, but, like, some kid... Because, like, maybe... If they forced... If he forced himself on her and had a kid, it would be pretty hard for... would it be difficult for Graven Ash to kill his own grandson in order to end the edict forever? Or
Yeah, I don't know.
How would that go?
I don't know. We'll see if this game goes there. Okay. Sentinel Stand Keep was once a proud, imposing structure. Now it stands as a mere shadow of its former glory. Anyway, let's talk to Radovex, seeing as he's here. Okay. The scout straightens as you approach, squinting through the harsh wind. Are you the support Ash sent out? Yes, I'm Tunon's Fatebinder. Glad to hear it. You can never be too careful out here. I'm half blind from the storm. And you agents of the court don't always stand out. No offense.
We do with the beast woman.
We've been patrolling the outer walls, but there's no sign of the enemy. Either they know not to come here, or they're better at hiding than I credited. Damn rebels shift about like the winds, they do. Have you run into any Unbroken lately? More than a fortnight ago, but she dashed right quick before we could knock arrows. They're a cautious lot, but cunning. Not even Kairos could have expected them to use the storm to their advantage. Can we enter the fortress? In these winds? I wouldn't venture to try if I had 1,000 shields to guard me. Come take a look and you'll understand. The moat that once encircled Sentinel stands has long since succumbed to the harsh environment. Standing water and patches of moist dirt are all that remain. First, I'm going to adventure down this direction. There's nothing there.
Oh yeah, dust storm it is.
Nothing has changed. This is the very storm that shattered the Unbroken and disfavored alike. Thank you for bringing me here, Fatebinder. Barrack regards the wind wall and the massive tornado around the inner keep, which is but a distant outline. Straight as Hirodin, the last stalwart regent, cowers behind the walls of his castle, and we won't be able to reach him through this storm. This place brings back unpleasant memories. Let's see. You were at Sentinel's stand during the war? Regrettably, the general's daughter and the members of her cohort were captured in the second year of the war. By the third, we'd tracked her to Sentinel's stand. We knew that the edict was coming, but thought it was worth the risks. The battle raged on longer than it should have, and we got caught in the storm. He sighs, and a cascade of sand escapes his shoulder joints. That was the day I woke up encased in this be-damned rust bucket, and why this place brings to mind unfinished business. The storm didn't leave much behind. A year of brutal weather will do that. Kairos' Edict of Storms devastated the once mighty realm of Stalwart, all but wiping it from the map. There isn't much left of the old country, save for the Unbroken and their stubborn pride. I'm only interested in one thing. How do we get inside?
How about tell me about the regents.
Tell me about the regents. They were bureaucrats and diplomats, all drunk on their own self-importance. Straight as Hirodin never impressed me, but the people of Stalwart revered the man. Cowardice must run in the regent bloodline. When the edict struck, Stratus hid in this castle and watched his country fall to pieces. An honorable man would have died for his people. I'm only interested in one thing. How do we get inside? Couldn't say. The powers fighting over this realm must have some notion, otherwise they wouldn't squabble for control over this blasted wasteland. We should track down someone with answers.
Alpha would let wind slice body to pieces.
She snarls as if threatened by the storm itself.
is dangerous. Paw on path with greater care for the pack.
Okay. You catch an odd sound in the wind, a low moan hidden within a cacophony of swirling dirt and metal debris. The clouds of dust seem to close in upon you. With them, you see patches of glowing red.
Ew. Spirits?
These are... what are they? Scourges.
Wisps?
Right-click to lock. Let's see. Edict of Storms. Reduce raid damage, reduce accuracy. Okay. Weakness to fire. So, it looks like these guys are in turn weak to and strong to lightning. Except for this guy. Or actually, are the fire ones... okay, the fire ones are weak to ice. Okay, well that makes this a little bit easier on me. Let's start with the rhyme spike, I think. But my accuracy is hot garbage. Okay, there we go. And let's do this for the time being. The faster I take these guys out, the better. Sadly, I don't have any lightning moves, but that's okay. I technically don't need to. Let's see, how much damage does this do? I have no idea. I think I'll focus on this side. Wow, she's actually doing a fair amount of damage to that guy on her own.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of impressed. Okay, so these guys are weak to fire, right? Yes. Okay, let's move a bit closer then. And lead the fire. I love exploiting elemental weaknesses in games.
Oh,
Always
yeah.
feels... it feels good.
That's the whole point of Pokemon.
I always feel like Pokemon's elemental weakness system is a little bit much, though. Because it kind of boils things down a little bit too much for my tastes.
Yeah. You just have to have the right Pokemon out. That's why, like, multi-typing is a thing.
Yeah.
At the same time, when a Pokemon is multi-typed, it should increase the resistance to something that would be their direct weakness. Otherwise, they would have double the weaknesses, right?
Yep. Those were Bane, by the way, apparently.
Ooh.
Which kind of makes sense. The Bane are gone, their unnatural cries silenced, leaving only the tornado's violence in your ears. As the dust clouds recede, you spot a crouched figure on the wall above.
Fatebinder, look there, atop the walls. We aren't alone.
Janos, or Janos. However you wish to pronounce it. I know that... Oh, okay.
So he is a member of the Unbroken. A soldier kneels behind the ruined parapets. You can tell by his raiment, old stalwart gear, that he is an unbroken soldier. He peers at you with a mixture of caution and curiosity. You handled the Bane well enough, but what brings you to this forsaken place? He pauses as recognition dawns in his eyes. You don't look like the typical rank and file of Kairos' army, but you're no son of Stalwart either. He squints at your raiment and takes your measure. No, you're the Fatebinder who broke past the Vendrian Guard. I think you'll find yonder Windwall a tougher nut to crack than the Apex Citadel. He chuckles. I'm here to end the Edict of Storms. Is that how it works? Kairos casts an edict and sends his lackeys to the cleanup effort. In that case, I'm glad we're still independent of you Imperial dogs. I'd suggest you make like a storm and blow, because you're not getting inside this fortress. When you report back to your master, tell him that the first scout, Janos, sent you off with your tail tucked between your cheeks. Let's see.
Wait, but the Unbroken also hate Stratus Harrowden?
Oh, let's start with that. Why do the Unbroken hate Stratus Harrowden? He's a spineless old man who hides behind his soldiers and doesn't possess any of the values he hammers into others. Oh, sorry, I was talking about Graven Ash. Janos flashes you a crude sign with his fingers. Would that I had the strength to tear down this wall and kill him myself. Hirondin is a relic of the past, and we're looking to the future. We don't have any hope of squirming out from under Kairos' thumb while the old regent enjoys his twilight years sipping dusty wine and hiding from the war. Let's see.
Do you know anything about Graven Ash's daughter?
Well, I'm just going to go down the list.
Fine.
What can you tell me about the regents? The regents were our royal family. They governed Old Stalwart, protected our borders, and rallied our armies when in need. Kairos' butchers left but one regent standing, and he's as useless as a mustache on a mallet. Do you know anything about Graven Ash's daughter, Amelia? Sorry, I didn't catch that. I'm not too good with names, and your voice isn't carrying over the winds. He flashes you a wide, knowing grin. Impertinent scum! Climb over that wall and let me beat the truth out of you. Maybe we could just literally go up and over. Alright, whatever. What do you know about the Edict of Storms? The storm will continue for as long as Stratus Harridan lives. I wager that we're both keen on stopping the old coward's heart. Though, I'll do everything in my power to make sure that you never get any closer to Sentinel Stand than this. What are the Bane doing here? Following the scent of magic. At least, that would be the safest assumption. I have a hypothesis that, when gathered in large enough numbers, they'll communicate through song, albeit one so shrill we can't hear it. And I think I'm boring even me, so I'll shut up now.
Kills in shadow. She snorts in disgust.
Don't you know anything? The Bane are drawn to Kairos' magic like flies around a corpse. This whole region is polluted with the Overlord's reek. Nowhere more so than the wind wall before us. Mind yourself around their claws, Fatebinder. It said that once the Bane have you in their clutches, they never let go. How can I get inside Sentinel Stand? Throwing yourself into the wind wall comes to mind. Take a few steps inside and see how long it takes for the wind to strip you down into a skeleton. I'd love to stay and chat, but it's high time I reported on your presence to my superior officer. Be seeing you, Fatebinder. Though you might not see me. He ducks behind the parapet and vanishes into the obscurity of the storm. Damn that vain southern wretch, Radovic spits. The Unbroken know the territory better than us and take every opportunity to flaunt it. What was that scout even doing here? Look, there's a corpse on the wall. Might bear a closer look. Can't tell from here, but I think it's wearing disfavored colors.
Oh yeah, there is one right there.
Yep.
There's also an item that was dropped by one of the things. Well, the Bane.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, it's...
Amelia's battle standard.
So, scrap of the battle standard carried by Amelia, the daughter of the Archon of War, is found at Sentinel Stand, confirming that she was within the castle when the Edict of Storms descended on Stalwart, and we also get a whetstone.
The body has been here for a long time, and the storm has since eroded skin from bones. Tucked away in one of the gauntlets, you find a scrap of distinctive battle standard.
That's the General's... Wait, who's... I don't even... Oh, Barrack. That's the General's family crest. Amelia and her unit must have come through here. It seems a lifetime ago that we marched on Sentinel Stand. At least this proves we are right on track. So close, too. The girl might be alive out there. He looks at the wind wall with regret. Tell me about Amelia. She was always headstrong. Took after her father in that regard. She also demanded that the Legion treat her like an ordinary soldier whenever possible. Though in truth, she was far from ordinary. She's not an Archon like Ash, but she's vicious with a sword and good with her troops. I sparred with her outside of the Bastard City and almost lost an ear for my troubles. What makes you think she's alive? Ash's protection would keep her standing long after anyone else would have fallen. I don't like to think what she's endured in her imprisonment, but we can help put it behind her. The disfavored are hardy folk. A hammer to the skull, a sword to the gut, an arrow to the spine. We don't go down easily. We can march for days without cracking a yawn. Of little else I would guarantee, but I know this much. The daughter of Graven Ash can outlast any prison. So what are the next steps? Ash bade us bring order to the region, but we can learn as much about but we need to learn as much about his daughter as possible. I heard tell of an unbroken fort called Duskwatch. One of our soldiers has been imprisoned there since around the time Amelia's unit went missing. I'll wager anything that if we shatter the unbroken defensive, we'll learn more about her whereabouts. Barrack is correct. They took Callius captive, supposedly one of the stone shields who traveled with Amelia. You ought to make contact with Osmios, the commander in charge of taking Duskwatch. I'm sure he would appreciate the aid of a Fatebinder. You go on ahead. I need to double back and relay this to Ash. That should raise the old man's spirits, eh?
Okay, get the loot and the loot.
Oh.
Well, you forgot that loot.
Yep, sorry. Looted one, not the other. Now looting both. Looks like there's maybe... Wait, no, I can't get down here. Even if I wanted to. Did we get it? Yeah, we got it. Okay. Let's continue on. This game is hard on my voice.
Well, you're having a lot of male characters talking now. I mean, thank goodness Kills and Shadows, is that her name?
Yeah.
Doesn't talk much because
Yeah.
she would just be growling all the time.
What's that? Oh, stand together. Stand tall. That's a weird move. Do we have a combo ability? We do. Stampede. Huh. Unfortunately, a lot of the like special moves are all like all of the combo moves, most of them are melee, which is kind of unfortunate. I really wish they were more like spellcaster, you know, like not sword and board, but like, you know, frontline, backline type moves. Instead, most of them are like the Fatebinder charges forward, and I'm like, I don't want to do that.
What are you waiting
That
for?
sounds scary. I need a drink, honestly. That's what I'm waiting for.